Hi Professor Chow, this is Michael Moy, and I'm reviewing a game called Niddhogg, which is by Messhoff, an independent game developer. So the point of the game is to defeat your opponent by reaching the other side of the screen by any means necessary. As you can see from the gameplay, this mainly involves using the sword to fence your way through. Although it looks like a really simple game, the mechanics can get pretty deep. The controls are pretty simple, but you have a bunch of options to get past your opponent. You can use low, medium, and high jabs, and they will all be blocked if your opponent is using the same height of the jab. You also have jumps and ducks, which allow you to get past your opponent or go in for a quick kill. As you can see, there is a go arrow that appears after each kill. That means the player who won the last battle is the only one who's allowed to advance across the screen. In addition to the jabs, the jumps, and the ducks, you can also throw your sword as a high risk move. The result of throwing your sword is that you have no sword, and you have to try to take out your opponent using only your hands. This obviously gives the player without the sword a disadvantage, but it's still possible to get the upper hand. So that's basically the gameplay. Once you reach the other side of the screen, you're eaten by this giant worm, which is called the Niddhogg, which is pretty much the entire story of the game. It's basically these two players dueling each other. Since it's a multiplayer game, there's not much story involved. The only story I could find was the Niddhogg creature itself, which according to Norse mythology is a dragon whose purpose is to eat people guilty of murder, adultery, and oath-breaking. So that's basically the entire story of the game. The aesthetic of the game is actually pretty interesting. It's very unique. It has a pixel-like retro aesthetic and uses a lot of flat colors, like just base yellows, orange for the main two characters. And the environments themselves are also pretty interesting. There are 4 levels. One's in a castle, one's in the forest, one's in an underground mine, and one is actually up in the clouds. Each of the environments have their own effects on gameplay, but they're all very flat, since the point of the game is just to get to the other side. To add to the aesthetic, the game uses a bunch of textures that are animated on top of the art. This gives the game a messy painted look. It's a good thing that the art is simple, since the main focus of the game is on the characters fighting. I think this game is well done because it focuses on an incredibly simple mechanic and executes it really well. It was really easy for my friends to learn, so we were having fun within the first couple seconds. The only downside is that the game has a very limited selection of levels, so that limits Niddhogg's replayability. Thank you for watching.